Hello, my name is the Rainmaker. Welcome to the part 3 of my video log, how to reclad a plaster property. In this video, I'm not going to sell you any plaster properties, by the way. Click the link below to look at part 2 and part 1 of the video. It's only been about 2 weeks since we did the part 2 of the video, but I was told there a huge amount of work has been done to the place. So let's go and find out what is happening. Let's go. Hey, gee, Chris, there's a lot of things been going on around here.
Certainly have, Rains.
It's very obvious there's a A7 and 8A marking on it. What does that, and there's an A3 there. What does all that mean?
It's actually quite simple. We got in forensic building consultants as an independent consultant for the timber to determine whether it needed replacing or not. When he created his report, he sectored the house into a number of sectors.
Okay.
So he created areas. It'll be A1, A2, A3, A7 to A8, and I think there's other areas that might go into the Bs or the Cs.
Of course.
Yeah. All the light pink timber has been replaced.
Right.
All the dark pink timber is the existing timber that has been painted with an extra waterproofing compound called Protem. So just to add added protection, but it's part of the compliance as well. Okay, what I'll point out to you here, Rain, is our RAD board. This is the rigid air barrier. It's called EcoPly, and that will just be what they're doing early next week is they're putting all the insulation into the framing. And we've up-spec'd the insulation, so it'll be nice and cozy. They'll nail the ply to the outside. After the ply, they'll put the battens on, and that forms the extra layer between the rigid air barrier and the weatherboards, so that there can be an airflow. Which, you know, if it ever gets wet, it dries out again.
So basically this, the insulation go up next Monday. Ply will go up after that, and then the batten goes up right after the batten.
That's our cavity.
There's a cavity, and then on top of it is the weatherboard. The finishing.
Let's pop into the garage and see if we can get in before they do some more sawing.
So half of the wall is now in bricks. I remember it was the timber before.
Absolutely. If you can see on the outside there, the driveway is actually quite high. In order to, the easiest way to achieve our waterproof levels, if you like, was to put a concrete wall on the barrier or on the boundary between the garage and the driveway, and then build our framing on top of that. What you can see on this side, what they're doing is they've just put framing around here. This is called a nib wall. They're actually going to pour concrete into that framing and achieve a higher wall around the boundary. So you'll see that they built a temporary frame. I just want to say that was the original framing on it, right? It just chop everything off. This is the temporary supporting. Absolutely, otherwise we don't want the house falling over while we're building our nib wall. There has to be 150 mil difference between the outside concrete level and the level of the internal floor pad. We now have the balustrade up for our little study nook. And I mentioned before, one of the reasons for this is just so that we can access our windows. It was a fixed pane, now we'll be able to open the windows here. But we've built the wall out a little bit, give ourselves a little bit of room. Door will open up. We've got a fourth bedroom. Putting in an opening Velux in the ceiling, which will be electrically controlled. We've got the cavity sliders up for the bathroom here.
And the same here?
Again, the cavity slider has gone up into the ensuite. Our storage area doors have gone up. So Rain, where we go from here is, as we mentioned, early next week they'll be putting the insulation in. They'll have a council check to make sure the insulation is compliant. They'll put the RAD board up and the cavity, I think they just might need a check after that, and then the weatherboards go up and the joinery should go in. It's moving very rapidly, so I think we're going to see considerable changes over the next couple of weeks. I'll just let you know when there's, when I think the next stage is ready to go.
Okay, cool. Good. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
So that is the end of my part 3, how to reclad a plaster property in New Zealand. I hope you find it very, very interesting. And follow me and like my channels And the next time we see each other, we might be having a weatherboard come out already. So stay tuned and follow me. See you next time.